Thank you very much, Madam, for responding to our invitation on the 6th of this month to come and give us some input on debt medium-term debt management strategy and budget policy statement. As usual, we look forward to engaging with you particularly, and also the Auditor General, because we are two entities that we work very closely with. There's been a little bit of confusion in the media about whether or not the Senate has mandate to request constitutional commissions and independent officers to appear before them on this issue. I just want to clarify for purpose of making sure that this is put to rest. The Senate is fairly young, and certain responsibilities that ought to have been undertaken by the Senate is coming online gradually as the Senate comes, to maturity, as opposed to National Assembly that has been in existence for a very long time. It's just the fourth Senate in the Republic of Kenya. Article 249(3) of the Constitution provides that Parliament shall allocate adequate funds to enable each commission and independent office to perform its functions. And where the Constitution intended to for certain function to be undertaken by the Senate, it explicitly states in the Constitution that the Senate shall, and this and this, or this and that. And where it intends to certain functions to be undertaken by the National Assembly, it clearly states explicitly also the National Assembly within the Constitution. And where functions are supposed to be undertaken by both houses of Parliament, the National Assembly and the Senate, the Constitution writes Parliament shall undertake, meaning both houses of Parliament are supposed to undertake that shared responsibility, and that is in line with Article 49(3) as read out. The Senate Standing Order's fourth schedule establishes the Committee of Finance and Budget and mandates the committee to examine budget policy statement presented to the Senate and the budget allocated to constitutional commissions and independent offices. And pursuant to the provisions of the Constitution and standing orders, the committee, therefore, is expected to make a report to the Senate on the budget policy statement, as well as medium-term debt management strategy, and the proposals relating to constitutional commissions and independent offices, because the budget policy statement touches on their functions directly. For example, policy proposals contained within the budget policy statement relating to social protection, housing and settlements, which have direct bearing on National Land Commission and Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. Issues of gender mainstreaming, as contained in the budget policy statement, touches on National Gender and Equality Commission. The policy proposals relating to financing of reforms in the education sector touches on Teacher Service Commission. Proposals relating to enhancement of law and governance relating to the mandate of IEBC, Judicial Service Commission, and Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and National Police Service. Policy proposals relating to public service transformation also touches on Parliamentary Service Commission, Public Service Commission, Salaries and Remuneration Commission, and Judicial Service Commission, among others. And this clearly indicates the fact that this is a shared responsibility by both houses, and it's critical that our colleagues and brothers in the lower house understand very clearly the fact that where the Constitution states Parliament, then it means both houses. And where the Constitution intended a function to be undertaken by the National Assembly, that function will be clearly stated National Assembly. And where it relates to the Senate, the Constitution will state the Senate. And where it states Parliament, it means both houses. And finally, as we are engaging with critical stakeholders, one of the most important stakeholders that we needed to engage with is the National Treasury. Under Professor Ndungu, we've had ex- extremely cordial working relationship where the responsibilities of the Senate, we have managed to execute them without any hitches from the ministry. Unfortunately, we have not received a response from National Treasury. Was supposed to be the last entity we're supposed to engage with after having undertaken, engagement with all the critical stakeholders. I hope and pray that CS Mbadi has not carried forward the mentality of National Assembly into the running the ministry, National Treasury, and he should understand the Senate exists with constitutional mandates to undertake, and where it touches on his ministry to appear before this committee, he should take it that serious as his predecessor has taken, and we've never had any issue. It will be something we will have to process as the Senate beyond where it has taken. And before I give the control of budget to say something, we will just request Senator Kalwale to add on a short statement on the same, and then we can have the control of budget give us her input. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Chairman, you have said it all. In fact, to the media, the fact that the control of budget is here is enough for you to understand that she's making the proper interpretation of the Constitution, the way Chairman has guided. Number two, the media, get it out of your minds. Senate does not carry out its function with the permission of the National Assembly. The Senate carries out its function as provided for by the Constitution and by the law. Finally, the unfortunate incidents of my good friend, CS Mbadi. CS Mbadi, I hope you are now not becoming a victim of what they call in the UK the feel-good effect or the feel-good factor of having landed into government when actually you are voted to sit on the opposition benches. If that is your problem, we want to make it very clear to you, CS, as a committee, that we are going to help you to remember that when we are discharging our functions as a committee, we are completely blind to the broad-based government dynamics. We are here to deliver service to the Republic of Kenya and her people. So, CS, take caution, take our work seriously, don't become an impediment. Professor Ndungu did very well. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.